dear learners, and welcome back to English Flow. I'm Kim, and I'm so glad you're here. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to describe your day in English and just stopped? You knew what you wanted to say, but when it came to putting it into English words, something got in the way. Well, that ends today. Today's episode is one of the most practical things on English Flow. We're going to walk through an entire day together. From the very first second your eyes open in the morning to the last thought before you fall asleep at night. Waking up, getting ready, breakfast, leaving the house, commuting, work or school, coming home, the evening, winding down, and finally sleeping. Every stage, every feeling, every little moment in real, natural English. The kind native speakers actually use, not the kind you find in textbooks. So get comfortable. Let's walk through your day, in English, together. The day starts the moment your eyes open. The simplest thing you can say is, I wake up at 7 every morning. I get up at 6:30. And here's something worth knowing. Wake up and get up are not the same thing. Wake up is the moment you become conscious when your eyes open. Get up is when you actually leave the bed, and there is often a gap between the two. I woke up at 7, but I didn't get up until 7:15. Sound familiar? Now let's make these sentences richer. My alarm goes off at 6:30. I wake up early during the week. I sleep in on weekends. And for those mornings when getting up feels impossible, I always hit the snooze button at least twice before I actually get up. I'm not a morning person. Getting out of bed is a real struggle for me. I drag myself out of bed every single morning. On the other end, some people genuinely love mornings. I spring out of bed. I love mornings. I was wide awake before my alarm even went off. And somewhere in between, I lie in bed for a few minutes before I get up. I just need that quiet moment. I feel groggy every morning until I have my coffee. Groggy means slow, dazed, not fully awake. And one idiom worth knowing, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. That means you woke up in a bad mood for no particular reason. Once you're up, the morning routine begins. Start simple. I brush my teeth first thing in the morning. I wash my face with cold water. It wakes me up. I take a shower every morning. I get dressed after my shower. Now let's build on that. I do my hair in front of the mirror. I put on my makeup. It takes me about 15 minutes. I get ready in about 30 minutes. I pick out my clothes the night before, so mornings are easier. And here's the more honest version many of us live. I take forever to get ready. I'm always running late. I'm always in a rush. I barely have time to do anything properly. I always forget something when I'm in a hurry. But then there are the calm mornings. I like to take my time in the morning. No rushing. I follow the same routine every morning without even thinking about it. Breakfast is next. Let's start with the basics. I have breakfast at around 7:30. I usually have toast and eggs for breakfast. I have a bowl of cereal most mornings. I just have coffee. I'm not hungry in the mornings. Then more naturally, I make a cup of tea and sit by the window for a few minutes. That's my favorite part of the morning. I can't function without my morning coffee. Seriously. I skip breakfast on busy days. I just grab something quick before I leave. I eat on the go sometimes. I eat while I'm walking or commuting. I tend to eat breakfast while I check my phone, which I know is a bad habit. And on weekends, I cook a proper breakfast. I actually sit down and enjoy it. Proper here means a full, real, satisfying meal. Then comes leaving the house. I leave the house at 8 o'clock. I leave early to avoid the traffic. I double-check everything before I leave: phone, keys, wallet. I always feel like I've forgotten something even when I haven't. I'm always running a little late. I locked the door and realized I forgot my keys inside. Classic. I just made it on time. That means I arrived with almost no time to spare, and simply, I head out the door and start my day. Getting to work or school. The basics first. I take the bus to school every morning. I take the metro to work. It takes about 25 minutes. I drive to work. The commute is about half an hour. I walk to work. I only live 15 minutes away. I work from home, so my commute is about 10 seconds. Now the richer versions. I commute about 40 minutes each way. It's a lot, but I use the time well. I listen to podcasts during my commute. Actually, I listen to English Flow. I enjoy my commute, honestly. It's the only time I have completely to myself. And the harder mornings. The traffic was terrible this morning. I was stuck for almost an hour. I missed my bus and had to wait for the next one. I got to work just in time. At work or school. Simple first. I start work at 9 o'clock. I have a meeting first thing in the morning. I have a pretty relaxed day today. Not much going on. Then the busier version. I have back-to-back classes until noon. Back-to-back means one after another with no break. I'm completely swamped today. Swamped means overwhelmed, extremely busy. I have a deadline this afternoon and I'm a little stressed about it. For lunch, I have lunch at my desk most days. I don't really take a proper break. I go out for lunch with a colleague when I can. I bring my lunch from home. It saves money and it's usually healthier. I skip lunch when I'm really busy, which is honestly not great. And that classic afternoon feeling. I feel a slump in the afternoon. Around 2 or 3, I just want to sleep. I grab a coffee around 3 to get through the rest of the day. By 3 in the afternoon, I was running on caffeine and willpower. I power through the afternoon. Power through means to continue despite feeling tired or finding it difficult. Then the end of the day, I finish work at 5:30. I pack up my things and head home. Getting home, I get home around 6 in the evening. The first thing I do when I get home is take off my shoes and just breathe. I change out of my work clothes the moment I get home. It immediately makes me feel better. I feel exhausted by the time I get home. I need a few minutes to decompress before I can do anything. Decompress means to slowly release the stress of the day. When I finally got home, I kicked off my shoes, collapsed on the sofa, and just stared at the ceiling for a while. I like to unwind in the evenings. Unwind means to relax after a long or stressful day. Evening activities. I cook dinner from scratch most evenings. From scratch means using raw ingredients, not ready-made food. I make something simple when I'm tired. Pasta, soup, something easy. I order takeaway when I really can't be bothered to cook. I have dinner at around 7. I eat dinner with my family. We sit together and talk about our day. We eat together as a family. I really value that time. After dinner, I go for a walk after dinner. The fresh air helps me clear my head. I go to the gym 3 evenings a week. I watch a show in the evening to unwind. I read for a while before bed. I do some studying in the evening. I try to review what I learned that day. I try to be productive in the evenings, but honestly, I usually just end up doing nothing. 2 expressions worth knowing here. I'm a night owl. I come alive in the evenings. A night owl is someone who stays up late and feels most active at night. And the opposite. I'm an early bird. I like to be up early and in bed early. Then the wind down. I start winding down around 9. Winding down means gradually relaxing and slowing down at the end of the day. I have a shower before bed. I brush my teeth and wash my face. I get into bed at around 10:30. I set my alarm for tomorrow and put my phone on charge. I try not to look at my phone before bed. I don't always succeed. I lie in bed scrolling through social media for way too long. I read a few pages before I fall asleep. It helps me switch off. I try to be in bed by 10. By 10 means no later than 10. I'm usually in bed by 11, but I don't fall asleep straight away. I just lie there and think. My mind is still racing when I first get into bed. Racing here means thoughts going fast, jumping from one thing to another. I write in my journal before bed. I find it helps me process the day. I read a few pages, put the book down, and fell asleep within minutes. And finally, sleep. I fall asleep pretty quickly most nights. The moment my head hits the pillow, I'm out. I'm out means I'm asleep. I toss and turn for a while before I finally fall asleep. Toss and turn means to move restlessly in bed, unable to get comfortable. I slept like a log last night. That's an idiom meaning you slept very deeply without waking up at all. I had a terrible night. I woke up several times. I only got about 5 hours. I'm exhausted. I had a really good night's sleep. I feel great. And dreams. I had a dream last night, a strange one. I dreamt I was flying over a city. It felt so real. I dreamt I was late for something important and couldn't move fast enough. That classic dream. I had a nightmare and woke up with my heart racing. I remember my dreams vividly sometimes. Vividly means in very clear, detailed images. I rarely remember my dreams. They just disappear when I open my eyes. And waking up again, I woke up feeling peaceful and ready for the day. I woke up exhausted even after a full night of sleep. That happens sometimes. I overslept this morning. I missed my alarm completely. I lay in bed for a few extra minutes before getting up. It's a new day, and so it begins again. Here's your homework. Choose 5 sentences from today that feel the most useful for your own life. Write them down. Say them out loud. Change the details to make them about your actual day, your actual morning, your commute, your evening. Make them yours. That's what English Flow is all about. I'm Kim. Thank you so much for being here today. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself and keep flowing.